Today on Hopped Up Beer Review, we're going to be trying the Cream of Manchester, Boddington's Pub Ale. Thanks for joining us. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing, and we are going to do just that here in just a moment. Before we get there, be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media. The links are below in the description, and there's also a link for Discord. Come say hey in our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. We would love to see you there. I've got Jay. I've got Andy in the attic. I am Ben. Gentlemen, what are we sampling today?
Andrew?
Oh, yeah. Boddington's Pub Ale. Ben said Cream of Manchester. Originally from Manchester, England, the UK. Technically, they say it's out of Samlesbury in the Lancashire region of England. The can says Manger.
It says imported from Britain, but I think I need to open it and see.
We need to open it.
Ooh, there it goes.
Listen for it.
Yeah, it was there.
That, my friends, was a widget. Oh,
it is definitely in there. Just like in the Guinness cans.
Oh, yeah, look at it.
Widget is there.
See it?
And I must not have done a good job of opening my can because it's pouring very slowly, but that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look at that head. No wonder they called it the cream.
Yeah, but it's beautiful the way it did.
Check that out, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Nice creamy head. Yep.
Wait for it.
Mine has settled.
Yeah, you didn't pour.
I poured a little more.
That's just a touch in the can.
I think, Ben, you're going to get raked in the reviews for how you poured it.
Bring it on.
Should we wait? Is there a specific time
I'm ready.
Boddington's as others?
No, I don't think.
Okay.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm drinking. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
So good.
So, Ben, is this like your favorite beer? One of your favorites?
It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely my favorite filler beer, as we've talked about in the past. For me, a Boddington's is one. You go have a craft beer or two, to start the night. And for me, after a couple of craft beers, I'm kind of wanting something that I'm familiar with, that I've had. And for me, the best thing that I can get is a Boddington's. I've probably told this story before, but pre-COVID, I could get Boddington's at my local grocery store, and I would go in and buy every single one they had in hopes that they would continue to get it. And there came a day when I walked in and they did not have it anymore, and I was very upset. And I think I counted about 60 plus that I had in my fridge at one point, and they come in a 4-pack. So, I'd obviously bought a lot, and I was drinking them throughout that process too. But yeah, Boddington's for me is one that I really enjoy.
So you're rationing out like today's sponge. It's like you got to be selective on what days you drink this.
That's right. Is it Boddington's worthy?
Is this a good day to drink Boddington?
Definitely. I mean, every day is a good day.
Yeah.
Every day is a good day to drink Boddington's. It's just a matter of
Boddington's worthy.
Can I afford to lose one?
So this comes in at 4.6%. It is actually the export version of their bitter, the Boddington's bitter, which is their most popular beer at Boddington's. And the Boddington's bitter, the locally sold in the United Kingdom, is 3.5%. That is a super light beer. So the export version, the 4.6%, has been brewed since 1993, uses nitrogen and a widget.
Yep.
Second only to the Guinness widget. So they were number 2. Boddington's, as we know it as Boddington's Brewery, came about in 1853. So you have to, and it was originally a regional brewery in Manchester. Now it's moved to Samlesburg, but you see that date, 1778, it's established. Well, in 1778, it was known as Strange Ways Brewery in Manchester. Henry Boddington, who the name Boddington's founded on, wasn't even born until 1813. And then he joined the brewery at 19 years old in 1832 as a traveling salesman. And in 1848, he became a partner. So 35 years old, he was a partner of a brewery. And at that time, it was no longer Strange Ways Brewery. It was known as John Harrison and Company. 1853, so at 40 years old, he becomes the sole owner, and it's known as Henry Boddington and Company. And in 1888, it was known as Boddington's Breweries Ltd. So Interbrew in 2000 bought the brewery, which then became known in 2004 as InBev. And so AB InBev is what we know it as today. That came about in 2008. And in 2004, back, it moved the Boddington's production from Manchester to Samlesburg. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Samlesburg. Please correct
Let
us.
us know.
Yeah. And at this in Lancashire, and in the same brewery, that's where they make Stella, Budweiser, Bass, and Boddington's on the site. And I'm thirsty.
There you go. You should be after all that. So yeah, this is obviously one I have had a ton of. And Andy, I know, has had it before, and Jay has not had it before, right?
Right.
Before we get to that, Ben.
Yep.
Can you explain the significance of the bees on the barrel there?
No, I cannot. I have no idea. I just don't like to drink it.
I just figured you knew since you've.
No, I can't. I've always liked the logo and the yellow can and everything, but I have no clue. I haven't looked at it enough or searched it out enough to find out what the information is about.
What did they call it when you mix the Boddingtons and with Guinness?
A bumblebee.
Okay,
yep.
So something about Boddingtons and bees. I couldn't find that.
Yeah, actually, if you go to the Rose and Crown pub in Epcot at Disney World, you can get a bumblebee, which is the Boddingtons and the Guinness, and they have many other blends there of English beers.
When they got Boddingtons, because when I went, they didn't have it. Although on the Disney cruise, that's where I first had the Boddingtons. So.
Yeah, I actually first had Boddingtons on a cruise as well. It was not a Disney cruise, but probably a Carnival cruise. And I was very disappointed when I went back in July of 2022 that they didn't have Boddingtons at all, because I was super excited about having a fair amount of Boddingtons on a vacation, but they did not have it. So, but c'est la vie. All right, so we ready to review at this point?
Go, Jay.
Batter up, Jay.
All right. I know you love this beer, Ben.
But I feel a butt coming on. Yeah. I feel a butt right here.
What? Get your hands down.
With that wedge, and I assume this is it a nitro? Is that how it's described?
Nitrogen, yeah, uses nitrogen.
Honestly, I'm not a huge nitrogen fan. I never really have been. I know it makes things smoother and creamier, but to me, they make things taste flat and stale. And maybe that's just because I'm not refined enough. I don't know.
Well, so you're implicating that Ben is refined. Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
That's a grave mistake, sir. A grave mistake.
Just look at him. Look at him.
to me, it has good flavor, but it's muted. It's almost like a stale beer that's been sitting out for a while. Um, it almost tastes like a Heffy or a Belgian to me in some ways. I can pick up that banana flavor on there. I don't know. That said, I'll probably give it a 6.5.
Andy, I'm going to let you go because
Ben is dying inside.
hey, there's nothing that says that Jay has to like every beer that I like, or even the beers that I really like.
It is good. I like. It's got a good aroma. I especially like the first few sips. Getting that creamy head. It's really good. But Jay, I can see where you say it's kind of flat tasting. It definitely tastes like an English bitter. It is, I don't know how it doesn't taste heavy, even though it's got a thick feel to it. I can see how this is a session you can have over and over in a pub. But yeah, compared to some of the great things we've had, yeah, it doesn't rate as high, but I can see why you bought it in mass, Ben. I would drink this as a filler beer. This is definitely something to end the night on after having something with a lot of flavor, and taste buds might have gone overboard from it. I'll give this a 7.5. I would drink it again. I can't get it up here. I've never seen it up here. If I did, I would buy it. It'd probably be ridiculously expensive for that, for that. So I don't know if is it worth it? But 7.5. Yeah.
I can bring you some. It's in the store down the street.
You can bring Ben some.
Yeah, we have it back here now. So it has made its return, and the first time again that I saw it, I actually saw it at the bottle shop that I go to. It wasn't in the grocery store. It hasn't been yet. But I bought all that they had when it was at the bottle shop, because I honestly didn't know if they were going to get it again. But it sounds like it's going to be something that they have, at least a few of here and there. So I am definitely excited about that. But yeah, I mean, it's not going to be hard to probably guess what range my score is going to come in. I've definitely heard other people describe it as flat. Other people that are not on this show, and other people that we all know that drink Miller Lite a lot.
Headache in a can.
A certain individual has described Boddington's as flat and doesn't understand why I like it as much as I do. But that's okay.
Miller Lite is a step above.
No.
So that's all I'm going to say about.
I'll drink this over Miller Lite every day.
Yeah. Does this particular person watch this show?
On occasion, when we poke and prod him a little bit. I mean, you know this person. We all know this person very well. So
you said Miller Lite.
The Miller Lite reference should be enough, right?
Enough said.
So all that to say that I absolutely love this beer. I mean, this is one I'm buying. I'm going to the store, and if they have it, I'm buying them all. So I realize, though, at this point that I like it for a certain reason. It's not that it's the best beer ever. It's not. But it's a good beer to have. It's kind of like what I would want out of all macros. It's one that I can go and buy in mass and drink several of, and not, feel like I'm drinking a macro in a sense. And I don't think this was a macro. I don't know. We haven't looked at that necessarily, but it's just, for me, a good filler beer. It's the one I want to kind of end the night on whenever I can. I mean, I could go to like a 12 on this one, but I'm not going to go, that's off our scale. I'm actually going to give this one a 9 because it's not so much because this is the best beer in the world, but it's a really good beer for what it is, which is why I'm going to give that somewhat biased score of a 9 on this one. All right, that's going to give us a 7.7 for the Cream of Manchester Boddington's. I say go out and get you some because it's great. Others may disagree, but that's okay. We definitely hope you have enjoyed this video. And if you have, be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell. And let us know what you think in the comments. If you've had Boddington's, how do you rate it? Where does it come out on your 10-point scale? Let us know that. And we'd be happy to see that in the comments. And you can come into Discord and say hey to us and let us know what you think of it there too. For Jay and Andy in the attic, I am Boddington's Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.